Hey everyone, welcome to this Premiere Pro Beginner's Guide. Whether you are new to video editing or are just getting familiar with the Premiere Pro, this tutorial is designed to get you comfortable with the basics features. By the end, you'll be ready to start editing and exporting your own videos with ease. So let's get started. So once you launch your Premiere Pro, you will see this window, and here you need to create a new project. On the extreme left, we see this blue button. Click on this new project and give whatever name you want. And choose your location where you want to save it and click create. For now, skip this window. And this is the interface you will see here. This is the workspace panel for Premiere Pro. If yours is different, go to window here, workspace, and choose editing. On the extreme left, the very first one we have here, project window. This is project panel, and this is where all your media files like videos, audio, images are stored. Next to this, we have this timeline. This is where you'll do most of your editing by dragging or arranging. This is your program monitor, the screen where you can preview your videos. And bottom here we have the tools panel. This contains like the selection tool, eraser tool, and others for editing clips. To start editing, you need to import your media files here. To do that, click on this import media, or you can go to file and import, or you can simply open your folder and you can drag these here inside. So I'll select these two, and this I have 3 clips, and here I have 1 audio file. Select these two and drag it here in the project window. So now we have our footage here. Now let's add these to our timeline. Before that, we need to create an empty timeline. To create a sequence, we need to click on this icon here at the bottom. It says new item. Click on this, and the very first option we have sequence. So I'll leave this to 1080 2997, and you can give here name to your sequence. I'm giving this and hit OK. So now this empty timeline is here. You can see there is nothing in the preview window here. So now we need to add this footage to our timeline. To do that, simply select your clip and drag it on timeline. And now you can play this by hitting a spacebar or this play icon. Now let's zoom in here. It's looking too tiny. For that, click on plus on your keyboard and minus to zoom out. Plus and minus, you can zoom in and zoom out. Let's add another clip and one more, the last one. So we added 3. Click and drag to see the entire timeline. So let's cut a clip. Let's see how I can do this. Go to tools panel here and select this eraser tool. Shortcut it C, and suppose I want to cut it this much, so I'll click here and it will separate from this one. Now select your selection tool and select this clip and hit delete on your keyboard, and this is gone. I'll undo this. Another way, you can just hover your cursor to the edge of the clip and it will turn to red. That means now you can edit this. So now you're trimming this clip, as you can see in the program monitor. I'll leave it this much. Now to rearrange the clips, you can select the clip and simply drag it like this. So simply select and drag it to rearrange the clip. Now let's add the transition. To do that, select your clip and go to this project panel and click on this arrow and select effects. In order to apply the transition, select your transition from here and click and drag it here. You can see it has applied, and now I can just expand it. I want this much till here, and if you play, it will fade off. So this is the way you can add transitions. Now let's add the title. For that, go to tools panel here and click on this text tool and click anywhere on the screen here. And whatever text you want, you can type it here. And I can select to expand this. Now go to window here and properties. Hit properties so that you can get the control for this properties panel. I'll expand it here. So this is a control for the text. You can choose your font from here. I'll choose different. Then you can increase your size for your font. You can change color, you can change the alignment where you want. I will hit the center. Then I'll change the color for this one. You can add a stroke if you want. And this is the background if you can add. And this is shadow, I'll add the shadow. I'll make it 100%, this opacity of your shadow. I can change the angle of your shadow if you want. I'll leave it like this. I'll increase the size a bit more. And let's align in the center from here. So click on this and this. So now we have our text. Let's animate our text. For that, I'll go to Effects Control here. And here we have option for this opacity. I'll click on this opacity. And this is our stopwatch icon to add a keyframe. I'll click this, one keyframe will add it here. I'll make it here 0. And I will zoom in here on my timeline until this reaches here 1 second. I'll make it 100% again. And this is our animation. At the end, I'll do the same thing here. I'll add one more keyframe here. Or here at the last frame here, I'll make it 0. So now if you play here, title comes. And then now let's add the audio. So simply select and drag it timeline. I'll just zoom out. It's too long. So let's cut it, or you can trim it as well. Now let's play from the beginning. In the beginning and the end, I want to fade off. So to do this custom one, if you see this line, if you drag down, volume will go down. So I'll undo, and I want this transition from here to here for just 1 second. So click on this pen tool, and I'll add one keyframe here in between and the beginning. The first one I'll drag it at the bottom so that volume goes down. I'll make a curve here, and now let's see. Starts from 0 and picks up. Let's do the same at the end. So I'll hit N on my keyboard here. I'll zoom in, and my transition is starting from here. From here, I'll add one keyframe, second one, and last one. Drag this, make a curve, and let's see. Let's adjust here. Simply click and drag. That's it. Let's zoom out. So now we have added our title, added your music in the background. Now let's add effects. For that, select your clip and go to your project panel. Click on this arrow, go to effects, and here we have lots of video effects. This one, adjust, distort, color correction. I'll choose this blur, second one. And here we have 4 options. I'll take this Gaussian blur and apply it to the very first footage. Let's zoom in, and if you see in the effects window here, our Gaussian blur is here, the very first clip one. So let's click on this blurriness to add a keyframe here, and I'll make it from 0 to 50%. I can see there it's updated, and till here, till our title stays here, I'll make it again 0 to default one. So now if you see, so this way you can apply effects. Now let's add some basic color correction. For that, select the footage and go to window. I'll change the workspace to color. By default, this lumetri color is applied to our footage. Now go to the basic correction and click on auto. As you can see, it has updated. If If you click on this FX, it will show you before and after. Very slight changes. I'll just increase the saturation and contrast as well. I'll leave it. So you can see there is a slightly difference, more saturated here, and this saturated. If I want to apply the same, I can just copy and paste. I'll go here and go to Lumetri Color, edit, copy, and zoom out. Select both clip, paste it. See this FX, it is applied here as well. Now let's export our video. For that, go to File, Export, Media. I'll leave the name as is, and you can choose your location where you want to save. I'll leave it this as well, but you can change this preset because this is not what we had created. This is USD and we created 1080. As you can see here, this is our timeline. So let's update this one. Leave the format as is 264, go to Video and click on Match Source to make this to 1920 1080. See, this is updated. And make sure audio is checked on and hit export. So let's wait, it will take some time to export. It is completed the render. So congratulations, you have completed your 20-minute crash course in Premiere Pro. You know how to set up a project, import media, how to edit clips, how to add transitions, how to adjust audio and apply effects. With practice, you'll get faster and more efficient in Premiere Pro. If you enjoyed this tutorial, be sure to like, subscribe for more tips and tricks. See you in next one.